Welcome to the Recovery Room Podcast, episode 1.
Episode 1, man.
Hey, bro.
What's up?
We done came out of nowhere and just dropped the podcast out of nowhere. No promotion. No nothing. Like, we just didn't give a damn. Nigga, you think we can get at least 50 views off this shit before we do next week's episode, bro?
I think we can get 50, bro.
Is niggas gonna hate us before we do next week's episode is the question. Cause we about to talk some shit. We got a couple things to discuss with y'all today. All 10 of y'all who might watch this shit. Not including our family members.
Not it, yeah. But
we talking about this Lil Wayne album that just came out after we've been waiting since, what was it, 2011?
2011.
Since the Carter 4 came out. All right, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this Young Thug EP. I don't know why we talking about that. I don't want to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Bill Cosby going to jail after he been telling us how we should be living for all these years. What is this guy talking about, man? After he been selling Jello pudding.
Jello.
After he been telling us we shouldn't wear our pants sagging. He in jail for raping women.
Yep, that's crazy.
3 to 10 years in your 80s, man. How you gonna deal with that? Excuse me.
Talk about the Trippie Redd album.
We ain't gonna talk about the Trippie Redd album. We gonna talk about how Trippie Redd came out with a better album than all these fucking so-called hip-hop legends. And that's what we can talk about first, since you brought that up.
Let's start with that.
We had a bunch of hip-hop legends, so-called hip-hop legends. Well, they are hip-hop legends. I ain't gonna say so-called. Come out with albums this year. We got a Jay-Z and Beyonce collaboration album.
I'm not even gonna let you get far in that because I didn't listen to that.
Okay.
I won't even go set myself up for that.
And we had that come out though. That's Jay-Z ain't my favorite rapper of all time, but he probably the best hip-hop artist ever. He is probably the most successful. He got the most money.
Yeah.
No, he probably the best hip hop artist ever when it come down to mastering the business of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he got his wife, probably like one of the number one female artists ever, or one of the top 5, and they came out with a collaboration album. They dropped that this year. Mm-hmm. Nas came out with an album for the first time since 2012. Eminem came out with an album last year, but don't nobody want to remember that. So he had to come out with another one real quick. Travis Scott came out with an album, Astro World, in which I think the Rodeo album is a classic.
Mm-hmm. I do also think that is a classic.
But how did y'all niggas let Trippie Redd outdo every last one of y'all niggas with an album? And I thought he was just some yelling light-skinned nigga. All y'all niggas need to line up, bow down, and kiss the ring of Trippie Redd. That's my opinion on it. I can't believe, number one, I was up at midnight waiting on that Nas album to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I was up at midnight waiting, and that ain't the type of shit that I do. And I couldn't believe what I heard come through my ears when that shit came on. When you got Nas and Kanye collaborating on an album together. Kanye, one of the best hip-hop producers of all time. Nas and Kanye. It shouldn't be no way to fuck that up. But yet, these niggas fuck the unfuckable. I can't remember. What is this? One of those 7-track albums. I can't remember but one song that I kind of liked on it.
And that was the Slick Rick.
Yeah, that's the one with the Slick Rick sample because Slick Rick is that nigga. Excuse me. But I couldn't believe that this nigga, Nas, one of the greatest hip hop recording artists ever, Illmatic, something that I be putting people on to this day who never heard it, and they can't believe how good that shit is, that a 17-year-old at the time wrote that. And this right here is what you give us after 6 years of waiting, bro.
Me personally, I don't like it. I wouldn't.
Man, don't go easy on that nigga because he Nas. Get him. What you talking about? Me personally, I don't like it. We know that you don't like it. I don't like it, and everybody who was on the internet calling it instant classic probably now don't like it. What you talking about, man?
just Nas as a whole. You gotta respect that.
I respect Nas as a whole,
but
I don't respect this shit that came out in June, man. That's what I don't respect.
That album was mediocre at best.
Nigga, no, it won't mediocre at best. Bruh, it won't. At best, it is what it is. Some garbage. That's what it is at best. Nigga, it's striving to be mediocre. We can't be quiet, man. We gotta somebody gotta be saying something anyway.
But
let's get back to it though.
Alright, so
and I didn't like that Birds in the Trap Same McKnight. I understand it was successful.
I ain't like that either. I can't even hold you. The Travis Scott.
But let me get back to Travis Scott because I mentioned him. I mentioned him in the list of legendary rappers. To me, if you don't like that, then I don't give a damn. Travis Scott became legendary with the way he came up and started from the mud to me. With a mixtape that won't mastered, won't
Days
mixed.
Before the Rodeo?
Not even Days Before Rodeo. What was that first one called? Owl Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And shit, I was listening to one of the songs on Owl Pharaoh. The shit had a loud part and then a quiet part. And I didn't even care because it was that good.
Yeah.
So he had the mixtapes was hard. And then he came out with Rodeo. And I just couldn't believe, to me, how good that album was. If it wasn't for To Pimp a Butterfly, it would have been the best album of 2015 to me. But
Rodeo is it's a classic to me.
Rodeo is a classic to me. That's just a classic. I don't care what nobody say. Rodeo is a classic to me, and I was disappointed with Birds in the Trap Same McKnight, but I had hope for Astro World. Astro World ain't terrible, but it's not Rodeo.
Nah, Astro World is, that shit's fire. I don't understand how that shit's fire.
Oh man.
Bro.
No.
Astro World is fire.
That shit alright.
No, that shit's fire.
That shit alright.
That shit's fire.
But anyway, we ain't even here to review these albums. We just discussing these albums on a little short point by point basis.
I mean, I agree it's not Rodeo.
But a Jay-Z and Beyonce album, that shit ain't even worth talking about. The lead single was a fucking Migos throwaway track that they didn't want the Jay-Z and Beyonce dumpster dived, found, and then tried to rap like they were 20 years old again. Get that whole shit out of here. And that all that I'm saying is, all of y'all niggas, we ain't even gonna talk about that Drake Scorpion album either.
I fuck with it. I'm a Drake fan though, so
I ain't no Drake fan.
I'm a Drake fan.
It ain't that the album is bad. I mean, just for clarity's sake, I think Drake's best album is If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
Yeah,
that's the shit, and that's the turning point on when I started kind of liking Drake. Mm-hmm. That's when he came out with that. I don't give a fuck who was writing it. He was the one rapping it. So he came out with that. That's when my turning point was with him. But the Scorpion album, I wouldn't say I was looking forward to it, but I was looking to see if Drake really put out some shit that could make my small fanhood of him grow a little bit. He didn't. He stood pat where he was with me with the Scorpion album. But that shit, it ain't the quality of the album, it's the hype of the album. This nigga had billboards around the country. He had niggas hopping out their cars, getting ran over by their own cars, doing a stupid ass dance. And that's all fine and dandy, but August rolled around, and some little nigga who I never thought I would like his music, I didn't care about listening to it, came out with an album, and I listened to it just for the hell of it. And before I knew what had happened, I had listened to Life's a Trip by Trippie Redd 4 times in a row. The shit got to the end, it started back over, and I was at the end again before I knew what was going on. And all y'all niggas who's supposed to be paving the way, who's supposed to be the foundation, who's supposed to be the lyrical and the musical genius, Kanye. Y'all niggas need to go pay homage to a young boy who came out and in my opinion is always right, outdid all y'all niggas, man.
He did.
He outdid them. And I know we wasn't supposed to review this today, but just a couple songs. Like, I'm not the type of guy who gonna hold up a rapper who is not built on his lyrical ability. I'm not gonna hold him up to the standard of a Nas or something when it come to putting bars together. But Trippie Redd put an album together that set a mood. Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, I'm looking at you doing what you do well when you come out with an album. I'm not looking at Trippie Redd or Travis Scott or Tekashi 6ix9ine to do what Jay-Z do well. Yeah. Okay. Because we know none of them niggas and most of nobody else can rap with Jay-Z, Nas, and Eminem. Yeah. Most of nobody else can rap with them dudes.
Hold on, but before you finish that, have you heard the new 6ix9ine?
Why the fuck would I listen to that? No, I haven't heard that shit, man.
Bruh, 6ix9ine got a new song. Well, I don't even think it's out yet, but he posted it on his Instagram or whatever. It's called Stupid.
That's 6ix9ine, and I don't want to listen to that niggas yell and scream over the songs with the same ass flow. Every song sound like it melts together. That nigga
I fucks with 6ix9ine.
I don't.
I think that shit's
that nigga
gonna be
career
good.
is cheese fondue, nigga. It's all melted into one pot, nigga.
But
every
all
song
that
sound
nigga,
the same.
every song that he has put out has touched the Billboard.
That's antics. That's antics. Got that nigga touching the Billboard and stealing fucking lyrics from Chicago rappers.
Well, he did it.
What's the? Haven't you heard this song, Rondo Number 9? I ain't heard of you. I ain't heard of you. No,
I heard it.
Yes. What about that song? What was it with what is it, Billy or some shit by 6ix9ine? I ain't heard of you. Get the fuck out my face before I murder you. He just lifting shit. I ain't fucking with him. Get him out of here.
But if we gonna talk about that and stealing rhymes, you know who we gotta
I
talk about.
ain't gonna say that's one. We can't use all the material on episode 1. We gonna say that on later day right there.
That's a whole.
I know somebody. If they run across the episode and we talk about him, they gonna be mad at me for life, and I don't care. But we ain't gonna do that.
We ain't gonna talk about him today.
We ain't gonna talk about that today. We talking about just this young boy outdoing these dudes, man, and I think that niggas need to open their horizons up to the type of rap they listen to. Niggas like us, not people out here that's making these younger rappers successful. People like us who hold them lyrics to a high standard. Which I still do. I mean, my favorite rap group ever is Wu-Tang Clan, A Tribe Called Quest. And if they come with the bullshit, I shit on them too.
We ain't need.
Nah, we ain't even. That's an old album. We don't even need to go there.
Yeah, I ain't even. But
I'm not about.
Speaking of legends, I just gotta throw this in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of legends that came out with some shit. I know y'all all heard it.
Oh no.
my man's Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 5.
I guess that's the segue into our Carter 5 review.
It was 23 songs long, an hour and 28 minutes.
I'm walking away from the mic.
Everybody on my Apple Music has heard it.
I'm away from
Everybody
the mic.
on my Apple Music has heard it.
The views and opinions of this man do not reflect upon me.
This shit was garbage. I can't even. I waited. I was.
But that's your mistake. You was waiting on the damn Lil Wayne album. You should just let that shit come out. You listen to it and then let it go. You should be anticipating that. Nigga.
Yeah. I woke up in the morning to get ready for class. I had this album on.
Spoiler alert, this nigga is college age.
Oh, yeah. I had this on while I was in the shower.
So he's
ready.
right in the Wayne demographic. So all of y'all people who might come, all 7 of y'all who might hate him for what he about to say, this man is a Wayne fan.
I am a Wayne fan.
I'm not a Wayne fan. I'm not a Wayne fan.
The Carter 4, I loved it. I loved it all.
The Carter 4 is okay. The Carter 3 is his best album.
But the Carter 5,
Carter 2
I can't
overrated.
do it. Coming from me listening to all the Wayne, from The Block Is Hot, Fireman, Blunt Blowing, all of it. This Carter 5 is weak, man. It's weak.
Get into it. Why you think it's weak, bro?
The bars was weak.
Well, that's always with him.
The punchlines was weak.
That's another constant.
I hardly liked any of the beats.
I don't know, man. That beat on that
song. Minus a few. I give you a few.
The joint dedicate with 2. Bro, I like everything that 2 Chainz is on.
I fucks with 2 Chainz.
I don't know why I like everything
Titty Boy.
I don't know why I like everything that he on. He just come on and he makes shit sound better to me. But keep it going.
All right. Where was I at? Beats,
he was in the middle of shitting on him.
The features. Can't even really fuck with the features. I can't even lie to you.
Kendrick?
I didn't like it. And I'm a bigger fan of Kendrick Lamar than I am of Lil Wayne. But I did not fuck with it. I'm sorry. The shit was garbage. I can't do it.
I always have been saying Kendrick Lamar make legendary albums.
Legendary albums.
One of the best albums ever he created in 2015, bro. To Pimp a Butterfly.
I think it's great as a motherfucking goddamn good kid, man. You already know how I feel about that. They
right up there on
you
the
already
same
know how I feel
level,
about that.
But I think To Pimp a Butterfly edges it out, but that ain't what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that Kendrick fans don't get triggered. If you do, so what?
Fuck it.
I'm a huge Kendrick fan myself. That nigga features be some shit.
His features is shit.
Not the quality of how he flowing and not the bars he putting together, but when you listen to the content that he put out on his records and the substance that the content got, and then you listen to the damn, I'ma just get in here. I know I got an incredible flow. I'm going to put it out here on this nigga's record and I'm going to go home type stuff that he do on features. I just can't get with the features. But I love every album, even the first one, even Section 80 that most people don't talk about no more.
Section 80 is great.
I mean, it ain't as good as his latter 3.
Yeah.
But it was his solo major label debut, but we ain't supposed to be talking about that. We talking
about
let
me get back to this Lil Wayne. All right.
We going all over the place. This is our first time, people.
Let's go. So when I heard I Love Dwayne, the intro, first song.
That was some emotional sounding stuff, bro.
And it made me feel like this album was going to just be great.
But I can, let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make me feel like the album was going to be great, but it did make me feel like I was going to get some fucking personal stories about the whole turmoil with Cash Money that he been going through for the past 5 years that's been causing this album not to be able to be released, and we ain't get none of that on this.
And that's what I needed. I think that's what I needed to consider this album what I want to call it. Because I can't call this a good album. I can't even call it a decent album.
Man, come on, man. The album is okay.
I can't call it decent.
The album it's better than decent to me, and I ain't even a fan of this dude.
I can't, bro. I can go through this whole album and pick out something I don't like about every song.
Bro,
this is not like I'm waiting and this. Let me.
You got the feeling. You got the
talking.
same.
I'm gonna find somebody I can.
You got the same feeling that I had when I heard that a Better Tomorrow Wu-Tang album.
Bruh, and that's what it is.
I wanted to drive off a cliff, bro. I couldn't believe that was what they put out.
This ain't an album that I can listen and like every single thing on it.
It's hard to like every single thing on any album, though.
No.
It's hard.
I've heard,
and yet they out there, but it's hard too. Like even on Good Kid, Mad City, we got a song up there that we both hate. You remember that one? That really real shit.
I can't even hold you. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
And we know we don't like that, but the album is still what it is. It's a marking time. It's probably the best thing to come out in 2012.
But see, that's one song. This is about 23.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. What I'm just saying is that it's hard to have an album where everything is flawless. You got a handful of them shits. Even the Blueprint by Jay-Z. I can't stand that song Cry.
I love that song.
I erased that shit off my copy,
the Blueprint, I love the Blueprint. I can listen to that song and have not one problem with any song up there.
I don't like Renegade either.
Yeah, I fucks with Renegade.
No,
I don't know how you don't like that song.
I
don't know how you don't like that.
I don't like the beat. Period. The beat, the standard of the beat is not up to the standards of the beats the real producers were making. Eminem made the beat, the Renegade, and everybody else was either Just Blaze or Kanye or Bink. And they was better than Eminem at making beats anyway. Back to the Lil Wayne album.
I didn't like it. How you feel about it?
Man, I ain't even gonna front, bro. I like this shit somewhat. It's just, my nigga, when you are making an album, if you gonna make this shit 23 tracks long, your ass better be Raekwon and it better be called Only Built for Cuban Link. Shit, you could have cut this shit down to like 12 to 15 tracks and we would have had a more concise body of work with a bunch of fat trim. But when I was in especially in those first 6 songs, I know you don't like the XXX Tentacion feature, bro.
No disrespect to the late great X. I fucks with his music. I don't like this feature. I don't like it.
But I think he was talented, but I don't like that nigga music.
I fucks with his music.
And I rest in peace to him. I hate that he went out like he did because X is one of those people that I look at like J. Cole. They had the potential and J. Cole got the potential to make a classic. He just haven't done it yet to me. Anyway, let's keep it going. I know you didn't like it, bro, but I don't know whether it's that I'm getting into this emo rap shit lately or not. But I liked it. Even though I didn't really pay attention to what Lil Wayne was talking about, I liked what X brought to the track. I like that shit because I like when an artist who, when you look into their personal life, because they put it out there, and they put out there that they was going through some type of pain in life. I like when that shit come across in what they made. Yeah. So like when you hear X making stuff, you can tell that he ain't lying or he wasn't lying when he was alive about the kind of turmoil that he might have been going through.
But see, when you bring stuff like that up, I don't need that from a Lil Wayne album. I can go listen to X music.
But X was on the album though. It ain't like Lil Wayne was imitating.
I don't want to hear that.
It was him.
I don't want to hear that. So if I want to hear something like that, I think you would have liked that
song if what Lil Wayne was talking about fit more in line with the way the mood that the instrumental and the hook set.
Probably this could have been one of them songs.
Oh shit, we dropping shit. Whatever, we ain't getting in this.
This if I could have got this song right, and he would have been talking about stuff like what was going on with the Cash Money. If I could have got something like that, I was
looking for that, bro. But once I got a couple songs in, I gave up on that, and I was just like, "Is Lil Wayne about to make me laugh?" Spoiler alert: I'm a ass with the semi. Call me semicolon. I was at the job listening to that shit, and I burst out laughing right at work. Okay, I mean that kind of shit. He had his required doo-doo lyric, literally about taking the shit on his eye like he seems to have on every single album that was there. But
I don't know. I really haven't liked Lil Wayne ever since I heard, well, you know, the Pusha T and Lil Wayne beef. Ever since I heard that and how he came at Pusha T, fuck Pusha T and everybody that love him, his head up his ass, I'm gonna have to headbutt him. Yeah, I mean, ever since I heard that, and Pusha T came back with Exodus, I ain't been. I don't know.
That's Lil Wayne's style, though, man. You know his style is to try to drop a punchline. He wasn't really trying to dive deep and dig deep on that disc. He was just trying to make.
If Wayne would have dig deep on this album and really pulled out some shit, I probably would have liked it.
But like I said, going back to what I said earlier, once I realized that wasn't what I was going to get, I was just looking for Lil Wayne to do what Lil Wayne does. And on a lot of these tracks, he did that. Especially that track, with 2 Chainz on it. Man, I can fucks with that heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that junk is hard. I like the beat. It got that little Spanish flavor. We ain't gonna go into why I like that. Anyway, it got that kind of like mamba type flavor with that bouncing piano on it, and it got the bass just like I like it. The hi-hat and the snare drum was nice and clear. It had some punch to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of these new tracks is too airy for me. A lot of these new rappers they got that cloudy rap, but this had some punch to it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until that nigga got into that first R&B type shit with Nicki Minaj on it that I was like, man, what? I'm going to skip this. But I said, no, I ain't going to skip. I try to give every album a whole listen through.
I didn't get this a whole listen through. I didn't make it. I'm going to just put that out there for anybody who going to hear this and be like, man, fuck this nigga. Because he don't even know what he's talking about. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
I listened to all of it.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't make it past the first 10 songs.
I gave it 2 whole listen throughs, but the thing about it is, even though he didn't give us what we was looking for on the Cash Money front, he did in the last track on the album reveal that his this is a tangent. He revealed on the last track of the album. Remember how he always rap about him getting shot?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to always shit on him like, nigga, how you rapping about getting shot like you did some gangster shit, but you shot yourself?
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to kill himself. He revealed that on the last track. He was attempting to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And that type of revelation right there is what we needed more of on this album. Now, bro, you've been away for 5 years. Ain't nobody been able to hear you. All we've been able to do is hear you talk shit about Cash Money on stage and say fuck him. And I know that he recently made up with Birdman or whatever, but that don't mean you can't talk about the situation.
Now, if I know this won't happen. Okay. But if it does happen.
What you gotta say, man?
If it's something else out there that he's cooking up, preferably about 12 songs long.
It might be another mixtape that he cook up that sound like the same.
Now, if he make another mix, I don't want none of this. Give me number 3, Dedicate.
That's the shit.
Give me number 8, Mona Lisa. I don't really like it, but I take that if that's what you're giving me. I
like Lil Wayne part, man. That when Lil Wayne was rapping, he was getting me into the story of that shit.
Give me 23. I take that.
Bro, you ain't listen to the Manny Fresh track, man.
Nah.
Manny Fresh,
I don't even want that. Now, don't get me wrong, Manny Fresh. He's a great with that.
Number 17, man. It was hard, man. It was kind of hard. It was okay. I ain't gonna say hard.
I give it. I only like 3 songs out of 23, but I'm willing to listen to it.
Listen to it again.
More.
Listen to it again. You gonna still not like it.
On the next podcast, I'll listen to it. He might
give an update.
I'll give an update.
We're doing a plug for the next podcast. There's gonna be one next week. We're gonna be reviewing the new Kanye album, Yandi. This is the follow-up to Yeezus, in case y'all didn't know.
It's gonna be great.
The follow-up to Yeezus.
That's just gonna be good.
We're gonna be reviewing that. We record this on Saturday morning. It don't come out this Saturday night, so this shit gotta be in next episode. But it's the follow-up to Yeezus. Got the same cover art, play off the same words. Like Yeezus was a play off of Jesus. Yandi is a play off of Gandhi.
It's gonna be good.
I
think it's gonna be good,
maybe.
Bro.
I ain't like that Life of Pablo shit, but we back to what we was talking about, man.
Right, he got Ye too. You ain't like Ye?
Ye was okay. Ye is another one of those albums that fall into the category of, nigga, how was your album not better than Trippie Redd's? And maybe I'm just not giving Trippie Redd enough credit.
Yeah.
Maybe Trippie Redd was just better than I thought he was. But I can tell you right now that
the only thing I heard from Trippie Redd before this album was Totem Pose.
That shit is hard. I like that.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Not until 6ix9ine come on, then I can turn it off. Anyway, I mean, 6ix9ine got a couple songs I like. I ain't gonna keep shitting on him like that.
I fucks with 6ix9ine. He gets me hype. He gets me hype.
That Bill, what is it, Billy?
Billy.
I like that shit. There's the one called Kiki. He got a song called Kiki. I think that's the one with A Boogie and that, what's the other dude?
That's Kiki.
What's that dude name? Fetty Wap. Yeah, I like that one too. I just don't like Gummo. That shit is garbage.
I like all that. The whole album the whole album is bangers. This maybe because this ain't my style of music, but that new one he got,
bro, we is all off topic.
Yeah, we all off topic.
We all over the place.
That BB with the Spanish, that's just not me. I don't want to hear that, so I ain't gonna.
But I ain't knocking it though. Shit, I like
somebody will like it.
A lot of people like it. That shit got like 100 million views in a couple days on YouTube. I ain't knocking it. I like that nigga is out here ripping shit up.
He getting that bag.
He came from the mud like we trying to do right now.
He getting that bag
ripping
too.
Shit up. Shout out to that nigga.
Yeah, shout out to 6ix9ine.
Music is trash. Anyway,
I fucks with it.
I don't. I'd rather listen to this Lil Wayne album for the rest of eternity than listen to him.
I don't want to. I'd rather listen to some goddamn sludge hammer hitting some concrete for the rest of my life.
Oh man!
But I'm gonna give it another shot.
I don't. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. I want to like this album.
I gave up on that mentality of wanting to like shit a long time ago. Because I gave up on that subjective mentality a long time ago. Anybody can get shit on if they ain't doing right in my eyes. For me, I'm a paying customer, bro. I done came out there. I had niggas looking at me funny in 2016 and 2017 because I was one of the few dudes up in Best Buy buying CDs. I'm purchasing your music, bro. I'm not going to be easy on you, period. That's why I hold these dudes to such a high standard, because when you at a high standard, when you been so good that I done went out and spent money on what you created instead of just YouTubing it. Speaking of YouTube, that's what I did to this next album that we about to review, because I definitely...
Oh, I already know where this is going. Let me start with this one. Alright. Young Thug On The Run EP. Alright. 6 songs. Mm-hmm. 6 songs long, 22 minutes. I fuck with it.
Okay.
I fucks with it all. And I don't know how I shitted on the Lil Wayne, but I fuck with the Young Thug, baby, because I've been listening to Thug more. Like, I just like the way he harmonized on the beats, and he be killing it.
Young Thug this is what
but I do gotta give him this. He don't be talking about shit. Young Thug don't talk about nothing, but it sound damn good.
Is a genius at making a track that sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had me listen to some song about twerking because it sounded good. What's that shit? Twerk It For Me?
Yeah,
I
like that joke. I like
this shit playing on my radio? Niggas is looking at me. Let me turn this shit down. Anyway. Bro, I can't get with this shit. I've listened to that damn first song up him about him being on the run from the police, and all he did was talk about coochie for the whole song. I was like, what is this?
But see, you gotta realize that's what you get when you listen to Young Thug. That's what you're getting. You don't expect no well put together song.
No. I do expect a well put together song, because most of that nigga songs is well put together.
No,
It's like this nigga songs is like this. It's my favorite car is the Mustang.
Right.
All right. My favorite car ever. Right. This is what a Young Thug song is like to me. Mm-hmm. It's like when you got like a Kendrick Lamar song, it's like a Shelby GT500 or a Mustang GT. You look at that shit, it's beautiful. You crank it up, the V8 start roaring. Young Thug is one of those niggas that's riding around the city in a Mustang that look like a Mustang, but it's a Ford Escort under the hood. That's what he riding around in the Mustang with a 4-cylinder engine. When you look at it, when you hear it on the surface, that shit got all the gloss, the glitz. He done put it together well. He got the harmonies going. He got melodies going. He got a flow going. He got London on the track, who seemed to not be able to make a bad beat. Well, at least when he doing stuff with Young Thug. And speaking of beats, I'm on a tangent. Bro, you gotta go on that Lil Wayne album and listen to the one that Metro Boomin produced.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Fucks with Metro Boomin. But
Metro Boomin is the best young producer out. Back to the Thug album. But he got all of that. But then, when you dive into it, you lift up the hood, you don't see that beautiful 5.0 Coyote engine. You see the Eco Boost. I don't want to hear that. He done repackaged the same song for 5 years, and he keep on selling it. And for that, sir, I applaud you.
I fucks with it.
I like listening to Young Thug because I just like how it sounds. If I can just ignore whatever the hell he talking about, I don't care. Putting brack up your brack. I don't care.
Oh shit! That's putting brack up your brack.
It's like, I mean, it's an EP, so I guess it ain't really that much we can say about it, but
I fucks with it. Elton John. Who else getting Elton John on some shit?
Tribe Called Quest.
Other than them. Other than some great.
But they did it. And you asked me the question, I had to answer immediately. The Lion King. He was in that. But anyway. It ain't that I don't like this. This is the thing about it. It ain't that I don't like it if I'm only looking at it from a shiny paint standpoint and listen at how it sound and listen at that the shit sound great. Some of it, this R&B sound and shit, what he trying to sing to sound like some mud, bro. Left that shit out there in the yard with the rest of the fertilizer. But the rap track sound good. London on the track. That nigga's up there. He about to be up there with Metro Boomin and Tay Keith with me. And what's my man Murder on the beat? So it's not nice.
Yeah, he been fucking shit up.
He about to be up there with me. And that's my favorite. My favorite aspect of music is the production side of it. So I'm listening for that. But I just, as soon as you know why, I don't want to sound like I'm going against what I said earlier when I said when I said that I look for an artist to do what they do well, and that's the standard I hold them to. That's still true. The thing about it is I done heard Young Thug hit a track and go the fuck in.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because I know he can do that shit. It ain't that I don't like him as an artist and I'm just shitting on him saying he don't be talking about shit. I heard that nigga hit a track and go in spitting lyrics that I never thought I would hear come out of his fucking face. And once you do that and show me that it can be done by you, that's what I want from now on. So when you revert back to the pussy lyrics, not that he a pussy, but literally that's what he be talking about the whole time. I'm quoting him, mama, in case you listening. Those are not my words. Anyway, when it go back to that's what he talking about the whole time, I get bored of it. I listen to it. I like how it sound. I listen to it like I told you earlier. I listen to it 2 times every 8 months. I get every 8 months. It's a 1 time every 4 months for niggas who can't do math. I'll listen to one of the Young Thug mixtapes that I got. I listen to one of the Slime Seasons, or I listen to the one Up where he got the globe melting in his hand. Shout out to that song Hercules. That shit is hard.
That shit hard.
But then after that, I gotta go on a Young Thug hibernation. Because I can't just put up with it listening to him give me the empty lyrics when I know
he can spit.
The talent is there for him to really, really rock something. And that's all I got to say about it.
I like it, so.
I like it on the surface. So I guess that's all you need to do with a Young Thug album is like it on the surface. Listen to it whenever you feel like you in the mood to listen to it. But Young Thug, give me some more of that. Give me some more of those type of songs where you was killing it, like on that damn Travis Scott song off of Rodeo. I hate to keep tooting Rodeo horn, but give me some of that shit off of that, like Maria, I'm Drunk.
Oh yeah,
that kind of shit, man. That's what I'm looking for from you, because I know you got it. In case you might be listening to this, why would you give a fuck what I think anyway, bro? But yeah, man, I guess it was okay. I think his Slime Season Part 2 mixtape is better. Is it Slime Season Part 2?
Mm-hmm.
Slime Season Part 2. No. It ain't Slime Season. It's the one where he dressed up like a Chinese woman on the front.
That's the shit with Jeffrey.
Yeah, that shit was hard. I like that.
I like that shit too. But bro, this might require some thought right now.
Yo, what's up?
If you could take 3 artists, any artist, and make a group right now, who would it be? A rap group.
Alright, so I'm gonna exclude all
actual
previously formed groups.
Yeah.
So no Andre and Big Boy, because they are still outcasts, even if they haven't released the album in like 10 years.
Now, if that come out,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
I need that.
No Wu-Tang members.
No Wu-Tang.
No Tribe Called Quest members.
Nah.
No ASAP Mob members. Is TDE a group?
TDE is a group.
Or is they just a record label? Or is they just a collective?
It's a group like SZA, all them. I think.
I don't know.
Somebody might be able.
They the main 4 dudes is a group. What is it called? Black Hippie. So they out.
Mm-hmm.
TDE is out. If I could have to take 3 artists and make a group, make a hip hop super group.
Yep. It
wouldn't be fucking Slaughterhouse. I could tell you that.
No. we ain't gonna get on this because that.
Anyway, yeah, that is gonna take some thought, bro. I'm gonna go contemporary too. I'm gonna go with Travis Scott. I'm gonna go with my new fucking nigga Trippie Redd.
Travis Scott, Trippie.
Cause they got that Dark Knight demo. That shit hard, nigga. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Racks bumming in, nigga. And I'm gonna go with that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with as the overseer, the mastermind behind the music, the producer behind it, Kanye West.
I think that should be cool. That'd be cold.
That's what I go with.
Me, I'm going on some more young hood nigga rap. So I got Lil Baby.
I never even heard one song by that dude.
Bro, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to review it of the Lil Baby.
Shit.
I go Lil Baby, Quando Rondo.
Who?
I know you ain't heard of him. And Key Glock.
No, I heard of Lil Baby. I ain't heard of the other 2. I listen to their music though. I ain't trying to shit on them. I'll give anybody music a chance.
Nah, and actually, Quando Rondo has dropped a new album. I think this shit's good. You should listen.
Let's do it. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, next week.
That's what we'll do. Quando Rondo.
Key Glock got one of the best songs out. My favorite song. This shit tops almost everything. I say almost because it's
bruh.
Almost
the fuck
the
is
new
you talking
stuff.
about? Okay,
it tops almost.
I'm looking at you sideways right now, my nigga.
I ain't. don't get me wrong. I ain't getting into none of the Wu-Tang.
I'm talking about contemporary. I ain't talking about. Of course, none of this shit is gonna.
Nah, no. You already know.
I'm talking about contemporary right now. I'm talking about is he topping all of his contemporaries with this song, bro.
I like it.
I just finished.
This is my favorite song.
I just finished talking about how Trippie Redd had a better album than niggas who I've been listening and loving their music for my whole life.
I mean, you probably won't like it.
Nah, man, I got a broad horizon when it come to music, bro.
I love
just hate
song.
Country music.
I love country music.
I fucking hate
I
that.
listen to a country song. I can listen
to anything else. So I can definitely listen to something out of one of my two favorite genres of music, which is rap and gospel. Polar opposites, but whatever. Some heavy metal too. I like some of that shit.
Yeah.
Like some rock, but we ain't know. I don't know shit about heavy metal. I just like
the way it sounds. System of a Down.
Some of it, and I ain't no expert on that like I am on rap, so I ain't gonna talk about heavy metal.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna listen to this Quando Rondo dude and what's the other nigga, Little Key?
Key Glock.
I'm gonna listen to they.
You know Young Dolph.
Young Dolph.
He a member from Key Glock is kind of up under him. They kind of like
Young Dolph is hilarious.
Young Dolph, he got a new joint too. Role model.
I listen to him just so I can just have me a good time laughing. And that nigga come out with a song I know it's about to be hilarious. I mess with Young Dolph music. But anyway, I always been a big ass fan of Tennessee rap, bruh. All the way back from the early 3-6. Even though I won't in there, I was a little bit too young when they was real early. Back when they was doing shit in the 90s, I was a young little dude. But I went back and listened to all of that. But like, excuse me, I always been a Tennessee rap fan, all the way from 3-6, 8 Ball and MJG, Tommy Wright the Third. I bet you nobody who won't listen to this know who that is, but you need to go do your research. That song that Drake sampled on what is it, Nonstop on Scorpion. That's a Tennessee, that's a Memphis rap song.
And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that's 3-6.
167,000 niggas know it now because they all went and looked at it. They found out Drake was on it, but I was on that type of wave far before Drake was making songs with it in there. But I like that kind of sound. They bring a different atmosphere to rap.
We don't get that no more.
We get it sometimes. We get it. The atmosphere that they was bringing to rap, we get it now with niggas like Trippie Redd and Travis Scott. That's why I fucks with their music so hard.
Yeah.
We get it with them. They bring that to the table now. They bring that. I don't know what XXX Tentacion was bringing. He was bringing that. He was like the rap version of the group. Or not the group. He was like the rap version of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. But I like his music.
And that's high praise coming from me.
I liked all his music.
I ain't like the music that he had out at the time, but that was him as like a 20-year-old. I was waiting for that one thing to come. And sadly, now we ain't gonna never get it. But I was waiting on it to come out and really hook me. Because like, it took Kanye West. When Kanye West first released, I wasn't no fan of that dude. Bro, I thought his music was trash.
You talking about College Dropout.
I didn't like College fucking Dropout.
How
I hated that
like
album,
College
bro.
Dropout?
I didn't like it.
One of the best albums I've ever heard.
I ain't like that shit. I didn't like it. Now we talking about back then when I was when that shit came out, 14? Something like that. I'm an old man now. When I was young, when College Dropout came out, I ain't like it. But I just, one day it clicked for me. And I was like, that's what this Kanye shit is about. And we on Kanye now. We on Kanye. And I'm about to go on a tangent. Because I'm sick of niggas fucking hating. every time I hear somebody talk about Kanye, they talk about how they don't talk about fucking the life of Pablo. They don't talk about Yeezus. They talk about this new shit he just released. Of course, you go back to like the college dropout, the late registration, the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Graduation. Nobody's talking shit, but they always talk about how 808s and Heartbreak is his worst fucking album. Bruh. All of y'all niggas shut the fuck up. That's all I got to say. Everybody who hate on 808s and Heartbreaks, let alone this is not his worst album, to me, it's his second best album after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. How about that? Kanye West got a career. He got different. What is it? What I'm looking for? He got a pyramid of a career. Yeah. Or whatever we talking about. I couldn't find the right word. But right in the top category, he got 4 things sitting there for me. He got the college dropout, the late registration, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and 808s and Heartbreaks. That's tier 1. Top tier. Tier 2 of Kanye, to me, is the album, the Graduation album. And then the one who just came out. Yeah. Tier 3 is the Life of Pablo. And then Yeezus is down.
Nah, you can't shit on Yeezus.
Yeezus is in the doldrums.
You can't shit on Yeezus, bro. You can't shit on Yeezus.
Yeezus is in the doldrums.
Yeezus
is in the dungeon, bro.
And me knowing we was gonna do the podcast, I went and listened to Yeezus again. I love that album. I don't know what it is about it. I love that album.
We great on the curve right here, bro. We great on the curve. I mean, of course, Yeezus is better than a lot of shit most people make, but it's not. I'm talking about Kanye.
For Kanye,
I'm great in the Kanye albums.
My favorite album by Kanye is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I don't think he's gonna top it.
I don't know, man. Maybe this Gandhi shit will top it. I don't know.
I don't think.
But I'm
willing to hear it.
I'm willing to hear it all. I'm there for a Kanye release. I ain't gonna get up on the internet and dance around in my fucking car or in the room hopping around like a clown making myself look stupid. I'm gonna talk about the album like it's supposed to be talked about.
I'm definitely gonna listen to it though. I ain't gonna Lil Wayne it and listen to 10 songs. You gotta listen to the rest of the album, bro. You did a review. Nah. I don't know. I might not.
Listen to the rest of it.
I'll give it I'm gonna listen to it today and see what it's talking about. I got a long ride, so I'm gonna see what he talking about. How you feel about that? How you feel about that Lil Uzi Vert though?
I ain't listen to that shit.
New Paddock on my wrist.
No,
that song's amazing.
That's it. That's my review.
Lil Uzi Vert. I like Lil Uzi.
I didn't listen to that at all.
But yeah, man. Music. I don't know what's been going on with music though.
I know what's been going on with it. Niggas been found out that shit is a way to make some quick money. So niggas be making some quick money music. Niggas be making some fucking Burger King, McDonald's drive-through music. That's what been going on with music.
Swiss Beats is coming out with a new album.
I'm there for that.
7 songs.
I'm there.
I mean, it's 10 songs.
I'm about
10
to say,
songs.
is he doing some Kanye shit? I'm there to listen to a Swiss Beats. Speaking of Swiss Beats, bro, when I was listening to the Wayne album, bro, I don't care what you say. When it got the track number 4, and I heard that G-Dep special delivery beat come on, the Swiss Beats produced, nigga, I was at work. I almost jumped up and cocked my fucking fitted to the side and started Harlem shaking right there in the middle of the floor. You don't be hating, nigga. Listen to the rest of the album.
I'm gonna listen to it.
And then if it's shit on him again. I don't know that nigga.
So we'll know that definitely by the next episode. Might have to.
We about to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
The first one. But before we wrap it up, we gotta get into a more serious subject.
Mm-hmm.
We taking a hard left turn away from rap right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to talk about this nigga Bill Cosby.
We brought him up earlier, but we need to go in depth about this. Me personally,
talk about it, cause I'm a little bit older than you. I wasn't in the era when the Bill Cosby show was coming on TV as something new.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the era where the syndication was hitting and that shit was on every day.
Mm-hmm.
After I got out of school, I was at my grandma's house. The Bill Cosby fucking show was on. I never liked it, but that don't matter. Go ahead.
All right, so check this out. If you taking 80-year-old Bill Cosby to prison for so-called raping.
Not so-called. Don't do that. Not so-called. So-called my ass. He did it. Don't so-called. Don't get the Me Too movement on our podcast before we even launch that shit. He didn't so-called shit. He did it.
Well, even if he did rape her, why did it take her so long?
Stop.
No, that's what I'm saying. You gotta say it. Why did it take her so long to come out and,
I'll give you why.
Why?
I'll tell you why, bro.
And then, hold on, before you even tell me, and then if you gonna get Bill Cosby, why can't we get the woman from Emmett Till? If she waited this long to,
She told that shit right as she was dying.
Mm-hmm.
She was on her deathbed. I'm gonna tell you why they waited so long to come out on Bill Cosby, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? This is it. Because I would agree with this, but they waited. The women who Harvey Weinstein and Louis C.K. and all of these newscasters was fucking with waited a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
Because these women, bro, believe it or not, man, who side was America gonna take in the 80s? Bill Cosby's or some white chick claiming that Bill Cosby drugged and raped her?
That's
bro,
true.
Bill Cosby, bro, was Bill Cosby was what white people held up as the standard of what we should be.
Mm-hmm.
And him and his fucking show. He is what these people looked at us and said, why can't y'all be more like him?
Mm-hmm.
They was looking at a sitcom. They wasn't looking at what was going on with us in real life.
Yeah.
So even a white woman wasn't about to be able to take down Bill Cosby when he was at the height of his power. Shit, man, Bill Cosby a couple years ago before all this stuff came out was close to buying NBC.
That is true.
That's how heavy Bill Cosby is or was in the game, bruh. Bill Cosby, him and Seinfeld is the only people still was making hundreds of millions off syndication.
Mm-hmm.
I know Friends is syndicated, but none of them niggas who act on that created it. Yeah. Like Seinfeld and Larry David created Seinfeld, and Bill Cosby created the Cosby Show.
Mm-hmm.
He's still getting royalty checks because they was playing that shit on 3 or 4 different stations around the nation up until the accusations came out. This is my take on Bill Cosby, though. Real talk, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old enough. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to remember a lot of the shit he was talking about us. And he was trying to tell us how to live when he won't even live in the way he was telling us we should live.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, because no matter how far my fucking pants ever sagged, I ain't never had the thought to go and rape nobody, Mr. Bill.
That's true.
I ain't never been in handcuffs, Mr. Bill. I ain't never been sentenced to 3 to 10 years, Mr. Bill. So, bro, you was just a hypocrite.
But see, me being at my age, I won't dare to hear about him, talking about what you were saying.
And he was still saying that kind of shit up until a couple years ago.
Well, maybe I just didn't pay no attention to Bill Cosby.
As it turns out that you shouldn't have been.
That's what I'm saying. But 80 years old, bro. 3 to 10, he gonna die in prison. So
hopefully not. I ain't wishing death upon
I'm not,
him.
I'm not wishing death upon him, but I'm just looking at it like
that's not the way to go out.
It's not,
bro. And you on and the power trip that these dudes be on. Is it really worth it to go and just take somebody's womanhood? Is that what you really want to do?
I don't know.
But
it's all coming out now.
I mean, yeah, it's coming out. That nigga Russell Simmons saw it coming from a mile away. He sold all his shit, moved to Bali. That nigga's out of here, bro. He gone, bro. He left. And with that being said, we bringing this shit to an end for the day, man.
The first episode.
All
right, so next week we got.
Next week we listen to the Kanye's Gandhi album.
Kanye.
I'm listening to some nigga called Little Key.
Key
and some other nigga called Quando Rondo, and you will get my opinion on that. I'm a reserving judgment for now.
All right. Well,
that's the recovery room, dog.
That's the recovery room.
If you listen to this one, be sure to come back and listen to the next one. And the next one after that, and then the next one after that. I don't even know how long this is. How long is it? I don't even care.
All right, and I'm going to listen to the Lil Wayne album again.
Ah, fuck it.
All right, peace.
All right, we out.